What up, guys? Here we go. We've got another rewatch going on today. We are going to be doing the game from last night with the GGG myself. I'm sitting at 56, 61, and 28 with 3 minutes to go. We've got just a little bit. We've got myself as the Goths. We've got Travis as the Goths sitting at 69, 70, Food 53 and 33. You can see he's prepping to go. And of course, Barzi, this is his first time ever going Goths, might be at. He's at 92, 41, 36. That 92 is going to switch over to a lot of Food, but not yet. On the other side, we have Taylor as the Spanish. He's getting 76, 67, 75. Very well-rounded Civ makeup. Alex is at 42, 35, and 30, and needs to do a little bit more. And Larry is at 90, 64, and 63, and cooking. So those are our matchups. We're going to be on fast forward mode because a lot happens this game. You see that Travis is, or that they're, ready to go. We got 19 seconds. This game is going to hit quick. So Travis goes in and hits Larry. Larry hits Travis, and they just eat him, and they're going forward. This game is a non-stop bash, and yeah, that's what it is. So we're gonna see what happens here. By the way, if the sound doesn't get on this one, you're on. Travis pushes in. On the other side, I'd like to say that I push forward. I get in, I took some stuff out. We see that Taylor's here, that Alex is here, and I'm just kind of showing up in force. But this group of guys here is just eating up all my troops, and they move forward. On the other side, we see that Travis has Trebs going, and they're just kind of fighting back and forth. The fight continues over here. Looks like Taylor's kind of sitting, and we're just trying to. I'm trying to open these up a little bit. I'm just trying to keep this ball. I need a little more wiggle room. Meanwhile, here they go. Larry's getting 2v1, double teamed by the mix of Barzi and Lars, and Travis. Lars loves a good double team. And of course, here we go. I'm just throwing crap, and they are just eating it non-stop. Having a blast doing it, might I add. There's a lot of fish catching release going on over here. On the other side, boom, we see that they've kind of stayed at the same spot. Not a lot's going on here. We see that Travis has got the Trebs going. They have taken out some buildings and kind of moved back and forth and back and forth. On the other side, we be holding. They got all of these guys going here. And I'm going to have to figure out how to battle that. So I start building over here. You can see I start building a bunch of these barracks. I actually end up with like 13. But we're not there. But we're going to watch. Taylor is going to plunge right now. Boom. Goes in. Gets in. This is our first plunge that we see of the game, and Taylor goes and he just randomly stops in the middle of everything and lets my troops catch him and the game continues. On the other side, Taylor drops his wall over here and starts pushing on this side because he feels like Alex is this far forward and we're gonna just let this thing happen. So I'm going back and forth here. Taylor's over here fighting Barzi and Travis, and Larry is starting to flex. So we're seeing 3 flexes at the same time, which usually means that you're going to get a recovery one way. It's going to just swing back, which is what we see as I go back up the gullet up here. And we're fighting. Well, this defensive lake was so well done. Personally, I would have liked another 15 bombard ships in here, but I mean, can you really blame the guys? These things aren't cheap, and they were throwing a lot of stuff at them. On the other side, we see that Barzi is holding towards your left, while Travis is coming up. He's attacking the gate right now, getting ready for more Taylor. And I am back in the front over here, going crazy, just going bonkers, really. And having a blast doing it. We see that Alex is now rallying. Alex and Taylor are rallying, while Travis and Barzy go up this side, down the shaft, well, up the shaft. This is up the shaft, right? There would be down the shaft, they're going up the shaft. Smooth shaft sailing. And of course, we've got all of these guys here. I don't know why Travis kept building scorpions. I mean, they kind of look good, yes, but it wouldn't have been my troop of choice. We see Taylor is now trying to plunger it, but not really going very far. But it was a good effort. It was a good prayer. And I'm starting to, I'm like, I need to put some houses up just to have some form of a barrier. We see that Travis is now doing this. I would just like to point out, I played this game this was a 3-hour long game in real time. And I didn't know a single time that Travis was over here. The whole game. I thought that Travis and Barzy fought like right here the whole game. I never realized that this happened, which probably makes me a bad teammate. But at the same time, it was fun, and I regret nothing. Nothing! So I push forward, I'm at the gates. On the other side, they're still just back and forth in here. We see that Travis is getting in on Taylor, starting to cause some real damage, and I don't really get very far. But we did hit this thing. So now we're moving forward. Taylor's got his troops up here, and we're like, we've got to get in. Got to get in. Come on, boys, come on. And Travis is trying to, Taylor and Alex are trying to root out Travis. While that's happening, Larry's surging forward on these guys. Do I get in? Do I get in? Not yet. On the other side, we're pushing. Larry is just, oh my goodness, trying his darndest. And look at all of this Travis troop that's just screaming, I will eat you. I'm here, we're again trying to do this, but to no avail. And here we freaking go. On the other side, Larry is going crazy, inching his way forward. Travis is going to help. Taylor's coming to help. Taylor's bringing up trebuchets, so he's trying to get these buildings, get that juicy belly, and I am back on the front over here. I think that I plunged at one point around this, and that they walled it off. But, you know, when you're on 3 times speed, you only do so much. I do want to point out, when we look at trades, their trade goes from here over to here. It also goes to there. Whereas our trade goes from here all the way over to here, and we actually end up going to here as well. So I feel like we had the trade advantage this game, and that probably was a major factor in the win. Not because it helped us, but because they didn't have the better trade, and I think that would have given them both. You can see Larry's got 9 guys on gold, and he's not got it. So, you know, there's something to say about it. Now we see that Alex has rallied and pushed me back. While that's going on, Travis is all in. This is really a fun game for us. Because, you know, you can keep one of us down, but can you keep all 3 of us down doing this? I don't know. This is, you know, I would do this style of game again just because it was very entertaining. See, like, how can we stop the Goth? Full Gothing. And moving forward, and we're still not getting here. The thing that's really keeping this area alive are these guys, because as soon as I get close, they just rain down, so it's hard to take out the quick. So I hit this. Boom. Let's see if that was enough. We're gonna go and see if effing effers. Effing sorry, Sally. I don't really care. Meanwhile, Taylor's going in. Taylor's going in. And not really getting very far. Larry has cut over and is trying to put Trebs in kind of a little corner pocket thing. And it looks like this is going to work for him. And so he gets that, he's going to get this trebuchet. What's going to happen over here? He's got it pretty well protected. And he's going to just keep on moving down this way. On the other side, not a lot's happening where, you know, Alex is doing the same thing that he's been doing, kind of going down the hole, I think going up the shaft. Down the hole, up the shaft, down the hole, up the shaft. Not the ideal situation. And Larry pulls these guys back. Travis gets in there. Very interesting to see. Meanwhile, Taylor's here. Alex is here. And I'm just throwing trash at him. Here we go. Come at me, bro. I'll cut you. So, continues going. We're kind of at a middle point where everyone's doing the same strategy. Trying to figure out, like, okay, who's gonna make the change that's gonna put me up and you down? That's the question at this point. You see that Alex is really trying to push forward here. Travis claims this area, might I add. So Travis is now pushed forward, and he's also on this side. I don't know what's going on as far as him, but he's doing it. Meanwhile, I'm using this one. These three buildings, while they weren't like super key, I didn't want to lose them. They're kind of a choke on point. But it was really nice to have, and we lost that at this point in the game. But while that happens, we swing accordingly back up the shaft. And Taylor, and Larry and Darcy are still just trying to survive over here. I don't get the skirms. Doesn't make sense to me. Although I guess they are anti-hand cannon, so maybe that's what the thought is. So they can stop these guys dead in their tracks. So maybe I should have done a little bit of that. Although my mind was these onagers and my hussars were the good thing to fight and pierce. Because house girls don't stand a chance against champions. They don't. It's not even a fight. Taylor is back and in force, might I add. He's just going crazy. I get these rams to go crazy. Come at me, bro. I'll cut you. And they're doing it. Meanwhile, nothing's happened yet. Those three are continuing on. They are holding for the life of it. And I am coming forward. Can they do it? Can they survive? That is the question. And we're just gonna see what happens here. Taylor's got a lot of troops coming. And they've lost a few buildings now. So, you know what happens when you lose. You know, it's amazing what losing one building does. It just slows things down. Now with the Goths, luckily we were the Goths, and you know, one building isn't the same for the Goths as it would be for other civs. Taylor and Alex are pushing like mad right now. I got a whole bunch of troops. Come on, guys, let's go. On the other side, Travis is playing his heart out. At this point, we're kind of... Oh, and Larry cuts. Boom, boom, boom. Larry's like, I'm tired of this. I'm gonna go around. And he goes around and finds a whole bunch of these waiting for him. But I think he's gonna bring Trebs in. But, let's see. Again, Alex has held and is doing a masterful job of just not giving in to us. But, we're also doing very well. Taylor is here in force trying his darndest to get these siege rams. So where he's going, there he brings this thing over. Takes one out. I don't know see. And while I'm kind of flexing on Alex, but he's building all the right units. So, you know, is it really gonna happen? Targets research. It makes me so angry. Hey, you wanna piss me off, Taylor? Go and do that. Take my pride, sure. Don't take my siege. And we continue. All of these main cannon are just eating troops. They're just eating them. Till the night goes down. So, you see they're doing this. And now they've opened up this line, so Travis is going to start coming up this line as well. Gives him a straight shot up to Lars, I guess. I don't know. They were at least ready for it. Taylor's here. Alex is here. And it feels like they've been going down the shaft. But down the throat when I've been going down the shaft. But, you know, little column A, little column B. Absolutely. We've got so many troops going here. No, it's probably boring for you guys, but this is not boring. We're just going insane. And Larry and Taylor are playing great. They took out Taylor just took out another building. And they've been really holding this line right here. You know, I haven't gotten past it. Going in. Travis has fought on 3 different spot up this hole, spot up this hole, and spot up this hole. And now we see that Travis is like, F this. I'm gonna do what Larry tried to do, but I'm gonna do it right. And you see, he's going in to the right spot. Unlike Larry, who tried to cut through to basically the front. Travis is gonna get crazy looking. Yep. But Larry's gonna see it. That's my prediction. I remember looking over here and seeing these monitors just like sitting for a moment. I was like, what are you doing, Travis? Go quick! Go quick! So we're in. Travis hits the castle. Get those villagers out of there. Larry tries to do something. I don't know what he's trying to do. Oh, he's trying to wall what he's trying to do. So Travis gets in, and not the fake in. This is like a real, this is a scary in. And Larry's clicked the button. Larry's got 40 on food. He's still got a healthy trade, but to say Larry is scared would be accurate. On the other side, we see that Larry has gone down this hole and is now into these buildings, which makes sense because, you know, that's what happened. So they all swung over here. We see Alex over here, Taylor's over here, Larry's over here. And because of that, guess who got over here? This guy! Boom. We get that open, and I'm gonna punch these guys. Let's watch where they go. No, effers, go. Effing freaking go. Go, go, go! Die! Die! I don't know why I'm hitting a town center right now. But apparently I'm hitting the town center. And Alex fills the hole with the barracks. Taylor's kind of held. Larry is rebuilding. You see there's a lot of troops coming over here. So I took out the town center, but it doesn't really matter. I should have gone over here. But I do have a couple troops over here. And those 3 guys, I do, like, you can barely see them, but they're, yeah. Just know that there are these 2 purple dudes, and they're gonna go and do this all over the place. Because that's what I wanted to do. So I did. On the other side, we see that Larry is walling off because Travis is, you know, like he's just a swarm of hornets over here, just going crazy. I'm gonna say it, slobs are overrated, although they're a great set. A tier. B tier, Larry. Slobs are B tier. So Taylor is 1 here in the middle because of this. And we look at on this side, they are going crazy. Moving forward, Taylor is also just slinging troops over here. And we look, oh my goodness, Larry has gotten troops into our trade. So there's been a little bit of mixing and mashing going on here. Okay, Larry's in and eating the trade. He's not just nugging the trade. Larry and Taylor are both into the trade. I need to switch teams really fast because I want to see what's going on over here. So we got Larry's over here. You're going crazy. You're trying to get into Varzy. You see Taylor's over here. We're probably going to take those guys out. And they are into Varzy's juicy belly, but Travis is already waiting for him. Oh my gosh! Travis, the MVP extraordinaire. Meanwhile, I am just pouring troops up and in. See, I'm going to take these guys and I'm going to set them right where I should have set those dudes. Right here. Boom. Put them on hold. And we see that if you look back here, they have cleared everyone out and they are moving troops forward. And sadly, we have hit the... not sad for Taylor, good for Tanner. Taylor's down to 50 instead of that 70, which is going to make a difference. What about Alex? Alex is down to 43 instead. So, you know, they're functional, but it's not the same. What's Larry at? 30. So Larry's starting to get hurt. This is real hurt. And people are paying Larry food. So people are feeding Larry to keep him rolling. So he's not rebuilding at all. He's just slinging troops and praying that it's going to stick. Meanwhile, Travis has got these things. He's trying to cut it. He's getting back in this. Oh, that was depressing. But they rally hard. They push. Taylor and Alex both push up this road. Meanwhile, these guys are still here. They're doing nothing. I should have sent them over to like right in here and just have them take out all these food guys. But, you know, you live and learn, and then you find love. But they are coming, and this is, on my side, this is their strongest push, in my opinion. We do see, I missed it, but Taylor got in over here, and Taylor died, but Taylor actually ended up going all the way through my base, and did do some wrecking. He took out, we had a markets over here, he took out. And so now Taylor's up over here. We see that Alex is trying to get in over here. Alex is going crazy. They take out 2 castles. 2 castles. And we got the hand cannoners going. And what are we going to do? Varzy shows up to rescue. Because Larry has slowed down. And Travis is now going crazy. You see that he's just throwing troops up both ends. Taylor's over here. And Alex is coming as best he can. Larry's still not been able to rebuild. He's sitting on a mountain of wood, but he's lost his trade and he's lost his stuff. And that's because Travis, if we look over here, Travis just keeps getting in everywhere over on their side. And they can't stop him. I wonder if they took out, I don't know how Travis took out all of his stuff. Maybe I did it. These things are just wrecking. So I got in again, and I'm just wrecking their trade again. On the other side, they have walled completely. They have dug in. And Alex is the only one that's really fighting me on this side. They're going up we're going up the shaft. Getting back in, we want to take this out because I want my free access. And so Larry's rebuilding. If you look, he's up to 39 villas, and you know he is rebuilding here. Travis does another cut. Boom, boom, boom. He's like, you know what? Fine, I'll just go around. Mother effers. And Larry immediately flips it. I would just keep doing that. I'm fine. I can cut to the right. I can cut to the right. But, you know, little column A, little column A. So we're trying to get back through this hole again. We see that they pushed us out. Taylor is kind of in right now. Barzy's fighting with villagers. I don't know. But Taylor keeps trying to plunge because Taylor realizes we got to get in there or we're gonna lose. So let's see where this thing goes. It's got a lot of. I mean, he's going through our trade at this point, and he's right here back in the trade, doing it again, just like he always does. And those guys are. Meanwhile, Barzy's going crazy. Travis is going crazy. Travis is in his face. On the other side, I have made it back in, and I'm just throwing troops in here. I'm just like, Honey Badger, don't give an F. Come at me, bro. Because there's a lot of purple over here. And purple's gonna, I'm camping these guys out on the trade again. He's got a lot going on here. You know, earlier in the game, if Alex had cut through here, because, you know, we're trading throughout this area, who knows what would have happened. Could have been a very different game. But, they'll think of that in a minute. Until then, it's pretty over. We kind of claimed our side. The thing that's keeping all of this alive, though, is this defensive lake. I can't really destroy the buildings because if I get close, these cannon galleons just go nuts. But it doesn't matter because Travis is going nuts. What are they flagging? I don't know what they're flagging. But we see that Alex is holding, and we're gonna build another wall. We got another wall. Oh, you just go around this. And Alex is trying to hold as best he can. But while they're holding, I got all these troops in the back of their base. Like, you'd think maybe we'd, trying to do something different. And I'm like, okay, this is fine. So we're taking that out. We're taking out Taylor's buildings. What's Taylor look like right now? Taylor. Larry's up to 40, and Taylor's down to 39. So Larry's actually been rebuilding, and Alex is holding again, but Taylor's getting eaten alive. So, what's gonna happen here? Who freaking knows? These are those are Travis's, okay. Meanwhile, Larry's just slinging troops. Taylor's down to 4, 10. He's probably fine. What's going on? Let's see what's over here. No, we ate him. Taylor's down to 10 villagers, and this is the first time that I am actually hitting Larry's buildings. This was Larry, just like to point out, this was the first time that I did it. The rest of it was Travis, not Tanner. Travis. He's the jerk. Alex is holding and killing Larry. Meanwhile, they're getting ready for this. Just going crazy, and they're pushing forward. By a miracle. I want to see how much food Alex has. So Alex is now significantly wounded and dead. He's probably given Larry so many resources, but not as much as Barzy was feeding me. Speaking of which, I was at 53 and 42 at this point in the game, and apparently not building any troops. There you go, Tanner. Up there. Do you hear the people singing the songs of angry men? Loving this game at this point, and the whole time we were like, okay, we've got to do something. And Larry quit, which means everyone's gonna quit in like 2 seconds. I do want to point out that Alex was getting ready to cut through over here. I don't know that it would have won it, but it definitely would have been a good tactical move. So it is what it is. That was an absolute insane game. When we look at statistics, Barzy with the military, he had the high military score than Taylor and Larry. Larry should have had a higher military score because, right there, 10,104, our highest kill ratio, right, or kill mark ever. This game was a big game. Everyone lost. The minimum was Alex at 5,000. And anytime you lose 5,000, holy cow. So I had a negative KD. Barzy had a positive KD. Travis with that 4,000 to almost losing 10,000. Holy cow. There's something about losing that many troops that kind of makes you proud. Like, yeah, I built that many dudes. Barzy had the most food. Travis had the most wood. I don't know why Travis had that much wood. I don't know what he was doing with that, but okay. Larry with those fast times. Travis right behind him. I mean, when we look at times, he was within, 20 seconds of both of those. And just doing great. With societies, Larry built 10 castles. 10 of them. And Barzy collected 2 relics. And they didn't collect any relics. I don't know what was going on with them and relics. Maybe that was actually at the end of the game, now that I'm thinking about it. Because I'm pretty sure that they had relics. Like, for sure they did. Taylor did. So, that's that. Look at our timelines here. Just crazy. And it was 3:48 in-game hours. So, long game. Thoroughly enjoyed this. Can't wait for our next one, guys. Congratulations. I'm sorry. I love you all. Oh.